This is one of the things that is most broken about Washington. Perhaps the single most frustrating thing about Washington, to me, is the fact that there is way too much willingness for people to simply take a bill like this, and because their particular party's majority or minority leader says to do so, they are willing to vote for it. This is bipartisan, but it's not really accurately described as cooperation. It's the evil cousin of cooperation, known as collusion. You see, cooperation is what happens along with compromise when two or more people get together and, while they have some disagreements, they come up with a mutually agreeable, mutually beneficial decision that inures to everyone's benefit. Collusion is what happens when two or more people get together and come up with something that's good for them but hurts a lot of other people. This, to me, felt a lot more like collusion. This is not a process in which the American people were given any voice, in which the American people, through their duly elected representatives, were able to have input, to offer up amendments to improve the bill. And so I voted against it. Now, I issued a challenge at the time to each of my colleagues on Utah's congressional delegation to vote against it as well. And 5 out of the 6 of us voted against that legislation. I'm going to continue to encourage them to vote against any measure that's brought forward at the last minute with no opportunity for members to review it, to improve it, to amend it, and for the public to have input on it. If they bring forward legislation like this in the future, we should continue to vote against it, and I'm going to continue to encourage the president to veto legislation like that. Fortunately, he has signaled so far his intention to veto legislation if we do it that way again.